Hey everyone, welcome back. Welcome to episode 2 of this video of the President series. Today we're going to be talking about John Quincy Adams, Andrew Jackson, Martin Van Buren, Henry Harrison, and John Tyler. So let's start with Quincy Adams. Quincy Adams, a little how he became president was a little shady. Basically, when the Electoral College can't come to a decision, it gets turned over to the House of Representatives. Which would happen here, no one got the majority vote, including Andrew Jackson, who was a very popular choice. However, one of the candidates was Speaker of the House. No, it was not John. It was Henry Clay. Now, so instead of making himself president, I guess that would look more suspicious. He decided, hey, John Quincy Adams, I will make you president if you make me Secretary of State. And he's like, done deal. And so he does it, and he becomes president. Jackson's biggest sore loser ever, and uses this against him, and just basically decides, I'm just going to ruin his presidency. I'm about to ruin this whole man's career, okay? That's just how it is. So, really, John's kind of mediocre. Pretty good, though. He had the American system, which was all about building roads, building canals, building universities. Now, granted, Jackson and his supporters in Congress did try to stop this, but, and probably stop most of it, but they were able to get some stuff through. This one's going to probably be a shorter video. There's not really much to say about a lot of these guys. So, however, so I guess we just move on. Next up is Andrew Jackson. Now, Andrew Jackson was known as the type of person to fights to basically beat someone up at the drop of the hat, and he'd normally drop the hat. And to show you this, my good buddy Dylan has made a clip that you can now Anyways, so he was in many duels. And in fact, he was the first president to almost be to have an assassination attempt on him. Yeah, a guy shot him twice, but they both misfired. So yeah, it was actually the Smithsonian. He got really lucky because there was a 1 in 25,000th of a chance that would actually happen. So, however, Jackson basically was the start of the the Democrats, the party we know and tolerate today. I say tolerate because I don't hate them and I don't like them. I don't really support a party, so whatever. Anyways, so Jackson was basically, his vetoes were, most people when presidents vetoed something in the past, it was just, if it was unconstitutional. Jackson vetoed things he didn't like, which, yeah, I guess. He also, so basically, a lot of stuff for infrastructure, roads, the canals, the university, the American system, basically. Yeah, he did not like that, so opposed a lot of stuff, and also got rid of and also just basically got rid of the National Bank, which came to be a problem later. Also, the removal of the chair also went behind the Supreme Court's back, and even though the Supreme Court said don't do this, he was like, I'm gonna do it anyways, and started removing Native Americans from their homes and started moving them. It was he wasn't a great guy, great president either, honestly. He didn't do much during his presidency, so again, there's not really much to say. There's not much to say about some of these guys. Okay, before I move on to Martin Van Buren, actually, Jackson introduced something called the spoil system. Now, what the spoil system is basically, hey, if you're friends with someone who's in the government, you get a job. It was basically Oprah's version of jobs. You get a job, and you get a job. You're not my friend, so you don't get a job. Even though you're qualified, you still don't get it. Go away. This is kind of problematic because you then realized that this is still going on to this day, and it is, unfortunately. Honestly, the spoils system is something presidents have tried to fix, most notably Hayes and Garfield, but it's probably a problem that will never get fixed. But we can try, I guess. Martin Van Buren. So, Martin Van Buren was basically was a big Jackson supporter, and I think he's technically the first president to, the first Democratic president, technically, but it was mainly made up of Jackson's supporters, so I'll give it to both of them, honestly. Part of the problem with his presidency already was that part of the problem was after there was an economic panic, and and the National Bank couldn't help them because there was no National Bank. And so, it was kind of an issue, and Van Buren didn't want to undo the mess. He did lower taxes, which, pretty good, I guess, but, besides that, yeah, Martin Van Buren was also pretty mediocre. Gosh, this is going to be a much shorter video. Right, well, now then, William Henry Harrison. You might have heard of this guy, because he's short. He has the longest inaugural address, and the shortest presidency. And I'll have in this video by my friend Dylan, once again, will explain it.
Sir, Mr. President, I know your inauguration speech is today, but there's something you need to know. Oh, what is it? It's too cold for you to go out today. It is, at the very least, below zero, and you are speaking nonsense. I don't understand a single word that's coming out of your mouth. I can handle the cold. I'm tough as nails. That's why they call me William Tough as Nails Harrison. And to be the president of the United States, you need to be tough. And I am tough, so I can go out in the cold and be perfectly fine. I'm going to go out to the cold and make my inauguration speech, even if it kills me.
Great citizens of America, I came to give my inauguration speech here in below zero weather because I'm a tough president, and that's what tough.
So now, basically, to basically clarify the video, yes, he did stand in the cold without a jacket and below zero weather. Now, he didn't immediately die. Ammonia doesn't immediately kill you. It killed him a month later. So now what? But the problem was no one knew who was going to be president. Remember, now, vice president wasn't supposed to replace the president at this point. But what if he did? John Tyler. So, first vice president that became president replaced the president. Now, people were like, I don't know if I really want to make you president. And he's like, well, you're going to. And they're like, fair enough. And, okay, I need to address something. I forgot to address something. So, basically, to kind of go against Jackson, the Whig Party was created, and that's why Harrison was a war hero as well. So that's why they got him in. Worked for the Democrats, worked for us. And then Harrison dies. Now they thought that Tyler was going to basically be with basically anything the Whigs wanted, Tyler would get him. Tyler was kind of the opposite. He was really hypocritical for joining it, honestly. And he shares a commonality. And you know what he has in common with George Washington? He was also a president that eventually wasn't a part of the party. Not by choice, because no one wanted him. Yeah, no one wanted him. He's like the opposite of Dwight D. Eisenhower. Besides both parties wanting him, only no party wanted him. He was against the Whigs, and it seemed like he was against the Democrats anyway. So, for just one man fighting against two parties. But he seemed to be more like Andrew Jackson, vetoing the same thing. In fact, vetoed the National Bank being reinstalled. So, yeah. Tyler was a pretty poor president. I will give him credit, however, he got us Texas, so. But honestly, giving him Texas, let's be honest, the next president would have probably gotten would have gotten Texas anyways. That's the video. Really shorter than last one, like half as much. I'm already looking at the time. So a big shout out to Dylan. Thanks for making the clip. So probably make more of these. In fact, he's gonna do a bit about Woodrow Wilson when we get to him. That's gonna be fun. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, being stuck in quarantine once again. And yeah, bye everyone.